Altering a constraint. In this lesson, we are going to see how to use the alter statement to alter the already created constraints. After creating a table with constraints, we can change the specifications using the alter statement, and we can drop the constraints using the drop command. Here we are going to see how to alter the constraint definition with the use of the alter statement. Now we will see the syntax. In this syntax, we can specify the new constraint definition after the add keyword. Let's see how to add a constraint to the existing table test. Look at this statement. This statement adds a primary key constraint to the table test. Here we have added a primary key constraint for the column serial number in the table test. And this is how we can add any constraints to our existing table. Now let's see how to remove a constraint from the table. This syntax is used for dropping a constraint from a table. In this syntax, we give the constraint name after the keyword drop. Here we can find an option cascade. It is a key word, and this option is used to drop the constraint and its dependent constraints. To drop a constraint, type the statement like this: alter table test drop constraint pk. This statement deletes the primary key constraint pk from the table test which we created earlier. Now we will see the deletion of the primary key constraint with the cascade option. Alter table test1 drop primary key cascade. Here we dropped a constraint with the cascade option. This statement deletes the primary key constraint in the table test, and it deletes the foreign keys in the other tables that are referencing this table. Now we are going to see how to enable and disable constraints in the table. Let's see this syntax. In this syntax, table name specifies the name of the table. Disable enable constraint is a key word to specify whether we are going to enable or disable the constraint. Constraint specifies the name of the constraint to be altered. Let's see this in practical use. Look at this statement. This statement disables the primary key constraints from the table test, and it disables the foreign key constraints which are referencing this primary key. Let's see the statement to enable a constraint. Alter table test enable constraint pk. This statement enables the primary key constraint named pk in the table test. In this lesson, we have discussed the methods to alter, enable, disable, and drop a constraint in the database.